some of the things that I've actually seen as a foreigner coming to the Philippines, that you can sit down with a Filipino and there are these expectations. Expectation number one, need to be rich. Okay. Expectation number two, want to get married. Oh, okay. Expectation number three, I want to turn around and travel. Okay. Expectation number four, I want a house. Oh, okay. Expectation number five, maybe they want to leave the Philippines. And as a foreigner, you've just arrived to live in the Philippines. So there's a quandary on your relationship. There's an expectation, they want children. There is this expectation, they want a good life. No, I didn't have those expectations from Antoinette or Annie. My expectations were quite simple. For me, what I would like to see from a Filipina is I don't want any issues from her or her family about life. I'm not looking for stress. Contributory factor in a relationship. It's not give take, give take, give take, give take. It's about giving and receiving, giving and receiving. It's about a relationship, and it's about two people in that relationship, you know. So as I said, I don't want to be drawn into stress or grief or hassle, because it's so easy to be drawn into the cultural divide in this country, which puts pressure on your Filipina to ask for money because somebody is ill, and you don't even know that person. And is it right? Is it wrong? I'm not judging anything. It's about, do I want to help somebody that I don't know? Would you help my family if my family were ill in the UK? Would you? Well, no, you wouldn't, because you don't have any money. And that's the crisis here in the Philippines for me, is I don't see lots of rich, well-educated Filipinos looking for foreigners to date. I don't see any movie stars, doctors, politicians at the top end of the rich scale in the Philippines wanting to go out with a foreigner. It is always the other end of the scale that a Filipina will look very, very attractive. She looks very, very smart. She's very eloquent in how she turns around and speaks. However, she brings nothing to the table that's reciprocal, that is sharing. She just brings herself. But she would like, as I just said, to be married. She would like a rich boyfriend that can spend money on her. She wants a house. She wants to turn around and go out and socialise. Those are the things that I find strange, because I look at relationships in the Philippines and I see lots and lots of foreigners here, and they're all running around doing the chick boy thing and they're doing the chick bait. But when you find a Filipino that you like and you would like to continue that relationship, you have to set parameters. You have to sit down and you have to discuss things. And what I find with Filipinas is that they don't want to tell you all the truth. They don't want to turn around and tell you everything that is going on with their life. They will give you the good, but what's happening regarding the bad, they might end up having a child by another guy. They might end up having two children by two different guys, because they found love in the past, but it's not worked out because the other party wants to turn around and enjoy the benefits of a relationship, and the woman ends up pregnant, ends up having a baby, but then ends up not having enough money to live on, and it becomes a very, very different way of life. So I'm lucky that I've actually found Annie. Annie brings to the table some baggage, and I understand that baggage. I bring to the table no baggage. I've cleared my desk. I cleared my relationships back in the UK. I got rid of everything. I have family that I talk to, but my family know that they don't turn around and ask me for money. They don't ask me for help. They have to deal with it themselves. Whereas here, and this is where I'm coming to, Annie gets a lot of people asking her for help because she's going out with a foreigner, and that becomes stressful for Annie because she would like to help, but she can't, because she doesn't have her own money to help her friends. Now, she won't ask me because I don't know her friends. I've met them once or twice. I don't know. And that's the thing. And at the weekend, I was at a party, and there was lots of discussions going on regarding relationships. And there was a nice Filipina there. She just had a baby boy. Relationship was working with a foreigner, a Korean guy, but the Korean guy had two other women, two other girls in the relationship, but the Filipina ended up marrying the Korean guy so that and I never found out why she married him, because as soon as she got married she left him. So she's married with a child. The Korean's gone back to Korea. He pays no money, but she's still married. What is the value of getting married if you've started a family, but you're not going to be living with anybody, and you're not going to be sharing the experiences of raising a child with your partner? And that's what I find a little bit bizarre here. There was another young girl, and obviously not young, she's in her 30s. She's got a gay relationship. She lives with her girlfriend. They're not married. However, in August this year, she found out that her gay partner was having an affair with another woman. Now, her partner won't move out of the house because she knows she's got a good deal. This girl pays them all, pays the rent, pays the bills, pays the food, and this other Filipina girl, gay, is taking advantage of this girl, and she's a lovely girl, but I don't know all the history behind the relationship. I'm just getting the feedback from the Chica Chismis conversation on Saturday night, and that's one of those bizarre issues about dating. So dating here in the Philippines is, you need to make your decision about the girl you're going out with, or the boy you're going out with, or the partner you want to go out with and you want to have a relationship with. Now, if there are mistakes made or there's baggage that comes with it, you need to make that decision whether you want that baggage, and you need to be honest with yourself as a foreigner. And I'm only taking my thing. I evaluate what I'm getting myself into. Yeah, I don't go into anything that I know is going to cause me problems, because the older you get, the wiser you get, maybe. The more cynical you get, maybe. But as I said to Annie, it's very difficult for me to walk around with a 20-year-old, 25-year-old, 30-year-old woman and and this is the vindictive part, and the partner you with is going with you, but there are other people out there, Filipinas, that are looking at your partner saying to themselves, how did she end up going out with that foreigner when she's not very attractive? I'm prettier than her, and because of the chismes, chica and the Facebook and all that stuff here, that circle, you can post that information very, very quickly, and Annie gets quite a bit of that, and that's why when we go out, we're selective in where we go and who we go out with. Because Annie, about a month ago, we had a cup of coffee and we were with a foreigner from America, and he had a Filipina, and she had gold rings on her arms, and she was wearing a black jumpsuit with Yves Saint Laurent and Gucci written on it and all that stuff. And Annie, a lot of grief, turned around saying, well, you should marry him, you should take him for all of his money, you should get an ATM card, you should make him pay for this, you should make him pay for that. Well, this goes back to that selective conversation you have at the beginning of the relationship. Either you have a strong relationship, or you end up with one of these lovely money-grabbing Filipinas that, in my opinion, and it's only my opinion, yeah, they're selling themselves for money. So in my country, that's called something else, yeah. In America, that's called something else. Here, it's called dating. They set their expectations of what they want, but they deliver nothing to the relationship, yeah. Okay. They're fake. They're fake having sex, they're fake in the relationship, they're fake in what they're doing. They're just turning around and telling you what you want to hear. And, you know, it upset Annie quite a lot. And we had to sit down and we had to turn around and go through this. Now, on the Western style of it, you know, I talked to my friends from New York and LA and San Francisco and London and Paris and France and Germany, and they turn around and say, well, you should just turn around and tell the Filipino to get lost, stop chick baiting, stop stirring the pond. But unless you understand the language fully, you don't know all of these conversations. However, as I've said to Annie, if I meet the young lady again, I will turn around and explain to her, not all Filipinas are like you. Yeah? Your priority is not the same as everybody else's. And that's what I turned around and said about the vindictive and the nasty part of the dating culture here in the Philippines. They have this, there is this melee that they find somebody, they turn around and they get married. They'll also turn around and have extramarital affairs, and that is, and I found this out on Saturday, and that's like a norm. It's a norm. In the eyes of God, you commit your vows, husband and wife, and your wife wants to go out there. Men do exactly the same. I mean, one of the guys that was at this party on Saturday turned around and said, yeah, we all do that. Well, his wife really got upset. She really got upset because she's not like that, and she was surprised after 30 years of marriage that her husband was turning around and saying, yeah, we're all like that. Well, no, we're not all like that. Don't put us all in that, you know, den of iniquity pot. And yesterday I was watching a vlog by one of these big vloggers over in Cebu, and he was turning around and it was this conversation about this pod. It was two foreigners talking to three Filipinas, and they were setting out the goals of what they want to turn around and do, and some of the tricks that these girls actually get up to make their boyfriends or make the man jealous. And I'm like, wow, it's not very nice. It's not, doesn't make me feel, you know, respected as a person. And, you know, I had the conversation with Annie, and we were open about our conversation, and there is none of this going out and doing all this stuff and party. Annie's quite introvert, which I like about her. However, it does bring its downsides, that when she hears stuff or her friends turn around and say things, that Annie turns around and takes it on as emotional baggage, and that emotional baggage upsets her. So we have to sit down and we have to deal with that and iron it out. But it takes a while for her to turn around and get rid of that out of her system. But anyway, this is about dating. And if you come in here and you find the right woman, make sure it is, well, I shouldn't use the word woman. If you come here and you find the right partner, make sure it is the right partner. I have a gay friend and he's got a boyfriend, and he gets really upset because he loves this boy. He's 38, the boy's 23, but the boy's got 2 or 3 other men on the go, and it really upsets this guy. And he, and gay people are very emotionally strung. So there is this underlying smile. I've got a relationship. Get married. Get the money out of the foreigner. But when you look at the relationships here in the Philippines, it doesn't start with foreigners and Filipinas. It's all the way through Filipino, Filipina, gay, heterosexual, homosexual, or whatever your gender is regarding your sexuality. It happens through life here, and it's a minefield. And as I said, 5.5 years after I came here, I was listening to these conversations on Saturday night, and I was shocked. And it takes a lot to shock me. I'm glad that Annie is the partner, and I am, I don't stray. I don't go out there and look for other Filipinas because I'm really not interested. I'm too old to play the field. I don't want to go out there chucking drugs down my throat because I want to turn around and be an 18 to 25-year-old stud muffin from Australia, New Zealand, America, Canada, the UK, Europe. And I don't want to be having 8 to 10 or 15 different sexual partners because I don't know what I'm going to catch. I don't want to die young because I picked up some sexually transmitted disease. I want to have a steady home relationship, and I've got that. So for you guys out there, some of you would disagree with what I'm saying, some of you would agree on something, but if you're looking for a steady relationship, check it all out before you step into the pond. Don't start throwing cash at it, don't start throwing gifts at it, don't start throwing anything at it. Just find somebody that you can turn around, that respects you, you respect them. It's an honest relationship, and it's a steady relationship. It's not a relationship that's based solely on somebody taking as much as they can and treating you like garbage. Anyway, works both ways, guys. Respect your partner, get respect back. Like, share, subscribe. Christmas lights have just come on. Very nice.